Okay guys, hi, Dale at Holeshot Performance. Hopefully you watched the previous video of me assembling the bike with the new ECU flash from Chris Moore. Little tips putting it together, blah blah blah. Anyway, we're in the dyno room now. I've got it all warmed up. I've already made a few pulls. Kind of what I expected. Kind of what he came out with too. It only made a couple more peak horsepower, but it's making 2 to 4 coming up through the curve, and then up on top it's huge. So let me shut the camera off, set the camera up on my tripod, and I'm going to do 3 or 4 pulls, and then we'll look at the charts together. Okay? Okay guys, let's go ahead and make a pull. So now if you look at my other video before of just testing the header with no flash, you'll hear it come up in 5th gear and hit a soft limit like and then just kind of shut off. That's because the secondary butterflies are completely closing off or a lot. And we haven't checked the speed yet too. We'll have to see how fast it will go, because it went about 130 or 31 before in 5th. Now it goes up and hits the real limit. You'll hear. And it's also, the limit is raised 150 to 200 RPM, I think, to 10, 650. So let's make 3 or 4 pulls right now. Okay guys, we're going to make 3 more pulls. I let a short cool down. Okay guys, for the heck of it, we're going to do a 6-gear pull. Just see what it does power-wise, and also speed limiter is supposed to be gone, so let's see if it gets clear up and touches rev limit. I think before it only go about 130 in 6th, so see what happens. It's 90 degrees in here. Not the same, but it did go fast. About 150. Alright guys, I installed the 10-inch bad boy just for the heck of it. One of my mufflers, slightly bigger core, short and loud. Let's see what it does. Okay guys, I've been in here most of the afternoon. I think I made about 30 pulls. Anyway, Definitely going to have to send it back. We're real lean in certain areas. Not enough to hurt it, but it needs to be fine-tuned. So it's still going to run good. It's still going to take it to the track, but it's over 14 to 1 in a lot of spots, and it's up to 15, 15 and a half in the lower RPM when I roll into it. Steady cruise isn't bad. I still got to touch up a few spots here and there. But yeah, we're going to have to send it back. Who knows, maybe twice. That's the beauty of making my own tuners. I can push the buttons and do it right here. But we're going with the reflash on this one, so we'll just have to deal with it. So anyway, this is the stock bike. One of the best pulls, bone stock in this same room. It was actually about 81 degrees that day. Right now we got up to 90 today. It was ridiculous. Okay, so let's just get rid of that one for right this second. And we're going to go to 22. In my last video was one of the best pulls with the header and my 14-inch street muffler and no flash and everything stock other than the pipe. So that's 108 and 65.37 foot-pounds, 108, what, 87? That was one of the best ones. Okay, that's just at peak. Okay, now let's add, this is all in 5th gear. Now I'm going to show you 37. It repeated this, oh, darn it. It repeated this a couple times. Numbers. So that's our peak number now, 111 from 108. That's pretty good. You know, 3 ponies and torque, a little bit more torque, but that's just telling the story of just the peak torque. So looking at the chart here, the blue line, that's with the stock fueling, but it's really lean in this spot, this area here. When we get the fueling right, it's going to match the torque down here, or it's going to beat it a little bit. Should match it. And then here is now with it flashed, and it's still lean here. I'm going to show you the air fuel after a little bit here. But we're still ahead here. About each dot over here on the left is about 2.5 horsepower. So that's about 4 horsepower gain, couple gain. This is 6 grand right here. We're couple gain, holds it, kind of even at 7, and then holds it. And then up here is what we're getting our gains to. Peak powers right there, but holds it nice and flat, about 3 horsepower all the way. And then where it dropped off before, it kind of holds it a little farther. It still has that characteristic even with the secondaries open. But you got to remember, this is with my 14 street core. Teeny bit more restrictive, okay? Teeny bit than my comp bigger core. But, you know, they're really loud. I'd rather lose a tiny bit right here and not have it so loud. That's just me. So let me show you now. I'm going to take off, so we're equal apple and apples, the one that's not tuned. And just for the hell of it, I made about 5 or 6 pulls. I put on my 10-inch bad boy. That's my core that makes the biggest, the gains. And it's real loud, 10-inch muffler. So everything is about the same until you get right to top end. And keep in mind, this is your horsepower, here's your torque. So it's just ahead the whole way up here. But see here, it's ahead a little bit. And it made pretty darn good, because Chris, I think, made 112. And he's in South Carolina, and his dyno room is, I don't know, 250 feet or so, he mentioned. I think he made 112 peak. He made a lot more in this area here, though. That has to do a lot with the fueling. My dyno room is at 4,500 feet. It is down from sea level, minimum 2 horsepower, minimum. I've seen 3 to 4, 3 on average. So we're doing pretty good. So let me take off, just for the heck of it, the with the street core. And let's show you the stock bike. So that's huge. Can you see up there? I hope you could see those other ones this whole time. Maybe you didn't. Yeah, I had it zoomed in. So, yeah, look at up there. I mean, that's huge. 106 to 113. Okay, all up in this area here. Huge gains in torque everywhere. So that's a stock bike, and that's right now. Okay, so yeah, I was beating my brains out, you know, kind of going, oh crap, you know, we need to gain more power and more torque here, which it's in there. Probably not as much as his place because of the elevation. But let me show you, let me take off the stock run, and I'm going to show you now the air fuel, tell you what I'm showing, what I'm talking about. Yeah, look at the air fuel. Let me get it down here. Okay. So there's your air fuel, and that's the RPM on the bottom times 1,000. So look, I roll into it here. All my runs I start about 2,400 RPM. Roll into it. It's always going to be lean like that because your throttle's off. Then I roll into it, but this should be recovering much quicker and get down to 13 to 1 is the red line. Okay. 13 to 1 usually makes the best power, maybe a hair over, maybe 13.5 to 13. But it is right there, it's 14.2. That's about 15 to 1 in that area. About 15 to 1 between 4 and 5. So we're going to pick up another 2 foot-pounds of torque and more down here. And we're going to make this horsepower line come up in this area quite a bit, probably at least 2 horsepower, I think. And then at 6 grand, it's 14 to 1. Here's where it should be, 13. Chris took 5% out of his tune. I was kind of mentioning, it doesn't change it much here. Oh, 5 isn't much, but yeah, it's still, like I say, until you get to about 5,500 feet, my sea level tunes seem to be the best for here. So I wish I could go in and just tweak it, but I can't. So anyway, so this goes along here, and this stays at 14 the whole way. But that's a pretty darn good number right there. So, okay, so that's it for now on that part. We'll go run it, still be fun. Don't know if it's gonna go quicker or not. Maybe I'll run the 10-inch bad boy just for the heck of it at the track. And we'll see. Maybe there's a 10th in there, maybe there's not. I don't know. At the track. So, but no, what I want to show you now is the speed, because we got rid of this speed limiter. And so let me just get rid of this mess and put a regular chart on. Let me get rid of, yeah, I've got a couple runs I did in 6th gear, right? Obviously that's what we want to show. Oh crap, sorry, pushed the wrong button, I closed the whole program. Okay, so now we're going to put number 10. That's when the bike was bone stock. Doesn't matter, still goes up and hit, no load on it, hits the speed limit. Okay, so now we're going to do on this side, if you can see it, if I'm showing you right, we're going to change this to speed. Okay, and so there's your speed, max speed 131. That's in 6th gear. Okay, and let me show you in 5th gear. In 5th gear, oh, I don't know, I'll just try to pick one at random. I don't know, I'll just pick one. 16. See, in 5th gear it still went 130. This is 6th gear stock. It just shuts the secondaries down and won't let the thing run. It's amazing. Okay, so that's before. And then, let me look and see which run it is. I made 3 or 4 6th gear pulls. It actually made pretty good power in 6th gear too. A little smoother because it's a more even load because the wheel and tires shaking on the drum a little and this and that, and it just smooths the run a little bit. But anyway, 6th gear today is 43, 44, and 45. Let me just grab one of those. Not going to make any difference. Went 149. Hang on. Let's see here. 6 gear, 43. There you go. 150. 150 miles an hour. So that's your gear limitation right there. That's your gearing. There you go. This is a stock bike, at least my bike in this dyno room on the drum, running free, no wind, touching the stock rev limit, how it shuts off the secondaries, number 10 here. And let me zoom in. There you go. Yep. So 131 miles an hour is all this bike would do if you were downhill with the wind. And today, with the limiter gone, it went 150, broke 150. So that's all these bikes going to do, and that's what the rev limit raised about 150, 200 RPM. He's got it at 10,650. So, hey guys, well, I got the bike off the dyno, got it all reassembled. I'm in the dyno room right now just to make this little ending of the video here. I hope you enjoyed this. I did talk to Chris Moore a couple times since we made the runs here. So we're going to send the the ECU back, and he's going to touch it up. I already sent him 2 of the charts and the air fuel and everything. I think he might be able to do it in one shot. I said it's going to take 2, maybe 3. Because we're going for perfection or really close to perfection, right? That's the way we do it. So anyway, we're going to take Rip Jr. out on Friday, which is just a couple days from now, to the drag strip again. It's the last weekend, and then the track closes down. So we're going to go for a fun night. I'm not going to stay super late because the next day I'm taking Ratsuki, my old Pro Mod bike, out and see if that thing will finally make a lap or not. It'd be nice to me. Made a lot of updates. So anyway, just stay tuned. I appreciate you watching and everything like that. Subscribe, and please give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this stuff, and hit the bell and all that. And I just got to say something. I'm a little teary-eyed. I have a 20-year-old cat. I've had a lot of them. His name was Zorro, and he was an awesome cat, one of the best ones I ever had, and I had to put him down this morning. Yeah, it's a sad day at Holeshot. So thanks for watching, guys. Here's to Zorro. I love you, Zorro boy. See you in the next video. Thanks.